Let's draw this fabulous mandala surrounding a pretty little fairy who stayed up all night to gaze at her friends, the fireflies. Hi there, I'm Phyllis, new to digital drawing and Procreate, and this is my first ever tutorial. I didn't think to film the original illustration while I was at it, and saw that it turned out pretty good. I think it's time to try my hand at teaching, so let's go. There are 3 parts to this tutorial: the mandala, the fairy, and animating the fireflies. You could start with the fairy if you're excited to do so. Jump to the minute on the screen and go for it. Either way, you'll need to leave enough room in the mandala for the fairy. I encourage you to go ahead and wing it for the mandala. It's not necessary to copy exactly what I did. I say that because once you set up your canvas in quadrants, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment, it's easy to get carried away and see the beauty of spontaneous scroll work, curlicues, birds, flowers, butterflies, and various shapes that don't even make sense, yet are beautiful. So set up your screen like this. Open a new canvas at Procreate's standard landscape size. Go to the wrench, choose Canvas, turn on Drawing Guide, edit Drawing Guide, choose Symmetry, then Options, and finally Quadrant. You'll see the quadrant lines, so press Done twice. Start your first layer, rename it if you like. Make sure it shows as assisted. You're ready to start drawing. The brush I used is under airbrushing, the hard brush, set at about 7% for the mandala, 1% for the fairy later, and not quite true black color. Let's go. I made 2 layers to complete my mandala. You would not have to make 2. You could draw away all of your mystical mandala on 1 layer. I'll draw a very simple one along with you right now. While I've drawn on paper all my life, I'm new to digital drawing, and getting the feel for the screen is quite different to control smooth strokes. So I cope like this. When I go to make a straight line and it's wiggly, I simply pause with pen to screen until the line corrects itself to arrow straightness. Then lift the pen. I cope the same way for curves. I love spirals and curlicues, but can seldom draw them smoothly yet. So I draw a half circle at a time, let it self-correct, barely lift the pen, and continue on in half circles like this. Wherever there are still errors, I'll draw over them with other fancy designs. At this point, admire your work on the mandala, and you'll have 1 to 3 layers accomplished. Open your next layer and name it Cushion for the fairy to sit upon. Make sure the layer is set to assisted, but go back to the wrench and edit the drawing guide to Symmetry, Options, Vertical. press Done twice. Now simply draw a half circle with some curvature lines for the cushion or stool design of your choice. Open the next layer and name it Fairy Body. Reduce the same brush size to 1%. Alternatively, you can name this layer Fairy Sketch. I didn't do a sketch originally. Let's do it together now. Make certain this layer is not assisted. I'm just going to go for it without an initial sketch. These first lines are for the back and under thigh. Draw a narrow horizontal, almost oval for the arms shoulder to elbow, and folding the bent leg you'll draw next. You'll need to take your sweet time to make your fairy to your liking. Draw a straight line down at an angle for top of knee to ankle and a short line for top of foot. Forming the calf and ankle may take some doing. Now draw a fairy shoe to your imagination's content. Draw a nice curve from knee to hip for top of thigh. Try to set the chest area similar to this. Use the Move tool to resize and reposition the fairy body as necessary, which, as you can see, I fussed over. Here I'm perfecting the upper arm visible to us and drawing the suggestion of the lower arm folded away from sight, including using the eraser. Finally, map out the skirt over the edge of the cushion as well using the eraser. There! The first of 2 challenges is over. On a new layer, let's draw the face and hair. I like to do it like this. A backwards S shape for a forehead up to the nose, a little bump for the nose, little indents for lips, a bit of a chin and jawline that will be somewhat tucked into the arm. Eyes and eyebrows. As you can see, I moved and resized the face quite a bit. Finally, make your firefly circles where desired on its own layer. Now you will notice there were fireflies visible while drawing the fairy face. Due to a technical glitch and tearing my hair out, I had already drawn the face and had to redraw it. Probably should have turned off the firefly layer so you wouldn't be confused. Any rate, the same for drawing the wings. It didn't get on camera. As I turn layers on and off here, you can see the wisdom of all these layers and how I simply drew the wings with arcs and curlicues, much like we did in the mandala. All the hard parts are done. Success! Your black and white rendition is finished, and I suggest going to the gallery and making a copy for safekeeping. Open the copy to continue on coloring, shading, and highlighting effects. You will need to turn on Quadrant Assisted once again so everything colors in all 4 areas. With the rest of the coloring done off camera, once again, it's smart to go to the gallery and make a copy. Open the copy and continue on. Here I accentuated the hair by using the flowing hairbrush under Materials. On the original, I spent a lot of time shading the mandala layers. Not sure that's necessary once you choose a dark background color. However, you will want to illuminate everything, so open separate layers for shading and highlighting. Here's the fast-forward version of shadowing the fairy, I chose a color that wasn't exactly black, had a little tint of purple in it, and set it to linear burn. Once I'm finished shading, that's usually too stark, so I like to go to the Adjustments panel and choose Gaussian Blur, then drag my pen from left to right until it blurs just right to my eye. And here's the fast-forward version of the highlighting segment, and assumes the light source is coming from the upper left. Again, using the Gaussian blur to blend the highlights just right. Once everything is colored in, shaded if you choose, highlighted satisfactorily, it's now time to go back to the gallery once again and make a copy of this rendition for safekeeping if you're going to animate your illustration with blinking fireflies. Open the copy and go to your layers and pinch all the layers into one. This cannot be undone and is why you saved a copy in case you mess up at this point. Now, slide this layer to the left and duplicate it. Duplicate it up to 10 or 11 times, depending on how many blinking light slides you desire. Suggest renaming the layers by number to keep track. Up to you. Here's where I'll now refer you to the Art with Flow channel, where you can get free her brush set, which includes the brush that creates the fun sparkly glimmer for the fireflies. Go get that free brush set at the link in the description below, and check out Flo, whom I've learned so much from and will continue learning from her. When you followed her instructions for importing the brush set into Procreate, check out Sprinkles 3 and 5. You'll use these in a moment. Time to go to your Layers panel and open number 1. Choose Sprinkle 3 for the brush and tap Random Fireflies, but not all of them. Later, if you wish, tap areas of the mandala you want to blink. Open each layer one by one and tap sprinkles here and there. Occasionally, use sprinkle 5 here and there. It's quite a bit bigger. Once you've sprinkled all your layers to your heart's content, and don't forget to sprinkle the fairy's eye 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you'll tap an area that didn't seem to glimmer, but when you play the animation, it will show up. Now go to the wrench and turn off Drawing Guide, but turn on Animation Assist. Here you'll see all your 10 layers or so line up at the bottom. Press play and enjoy the show. It's kind of fast, so adjust how fast the frames are moving in settings like this. Now, isn't that fun? Let's see the whole process time-lapsed. spectacular. You did it. You just created your own fairy and her friends, the fireflies, in the magical mandala. Great job.